This time on Woody's Garage, that guitar is haunted.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Pike. What a gorgeous guitar. Apparently it's a 1960s Swingmaster made by Kay. I bought this for $10 off Marketplace. I saw the picture, I said like, geez, what a heap of shit. And 2 days later I bought the thing. Anyway, it actually has some nice parts on it. It has Clouson tuners. It has a speed bump pickup that works. Cupcake knobs, as they are known. The tailpiece is made in Germany. It looks just like what they put on Hofner's. The action is so bad you could use it as a bow and arrow. The back is not glued very well to the guitar. There's some places where somebody tried to fix that by jamming some glue down there but not clamping it, so it's all kind of lumpy, which is kind of a problem, and it's especially that way up around where the neck block is. So I'm going to have to address that in some kind of way. It has a beautiful round sound hole that somebody carved in there with a butcher knife. Let's see, it has some beautiful demonic symbols on it, and also the name Pike, which I think was the owner's name. He just thought that would look good. And let's see. The nut on it is too wide. The strings will just fall off the edges, the E strings. So that needs to be replaced. Here's an example of a really nice Swingmaster. Seems like they're going for anywhere from $500 to $2,000 depending on condition. Mine will probably never be worth more than 25 cents, but so be it.
Okay, I'm back on Pike today. Hopefully the introduction kind of brought you up to speed. So I've done a lot of work on it. Probably a couple of months worth of work. The action was like 1.5 inches off the fretboard. And I was deciding what to do with the neck. You know, I tried to steam it out and get the dovetail joint out and everything. I'll show you that in a minute. But if you notice something on this guitar, it got really warped out. Probably was in a basement or something like that. If you look straight on, you'll notice how this slopes straight from the back to the front. And it does that a little differently than it does on this side. So a regular dovetail intact neck reset, which I honestly don't know how to do anyway, wasn't in the cards. So I decided to do the Ginsu method and cut it right off. I cut it off there, and I cut it off under here where the neck overhang thing is. You notice they're a little different on each side. It was totally unplayable when I got it. It didn't have a bridge. So I got this bridge, I think I got it off Temu for like $14 or something like that, a roller bridge. It's suitable. And I had to determine the center line. So that's what the blue kind of tape is. You know, started down here, drew a line all the way to the center of the pocket the best I could. And then I had to try to get the neck so that the strings were straight. And they're actually pretty darn good right now. And that took a month. I mean, I'd work on it for an hour. Wrong. And, you know, you'd want to give up on it, but I'm like, I'm not going to hurry the thing. I'm going to try to think about what I'm doing. And got some new chisels and sharpened up my old chisels. And actually, I found the best way to do it was to take a file. And this side is relatively straight. This side is not. I had to make a weird like ramp that was diagonal across the neck like this in order to get it to seat. And look at how it sits. I mean, this side isn't as good as this side. I mean, that's pretty darn good. So we also decided to bolt it in and then I'm going to glue it too. I mean, I'm almost ready to do that now, but I don't want to rush things. I was thinking of putting a dowel, perhaps, like right about here, you know, straight down, sticking up, just as another like guide for it. I put some lines on the side. It's also hard to drill, you know, straight up because the neck is at such an angle. It's hard to figure out what is straight there and what is straight down here. Yeah, this is pretty complex. I am definitely not a luthier. I mean, they make it look easy on YouTube. What else do I want to say? I want to take the neck off. You know, I took all the hardware and stuff off. It has a Speed Bump K pickup that sounds fucking great. They're great pickups. It had a couple of pots. The pots are totally frozen. I haven't determined the value on those yet. I think I'm just going to get 250K pots and put them in whatever capacitor. We have this beautiful sound hole that somebody added. I'm not quite sure if, you know, it was to get inside the guitar or if they, you know, wanted to just kind of make it look like an acoustic or something. And of course, a legendary name Pike on it, which I want to leave. I think it's cool. The guy's name was Pike, who I bought it from. I bought it for $10. But right now, I mean, look at the action. You know, I don't have the strings on tight because I only got one screw on the tailpiece back here. But the notes play up, nothing frets out. I put this nut in. This was the, let me see if I can find it here. This was the old nut. And if you see the string spacing on it, the strings were actually hanging off the edge like this. Both the E's were like this. So it wasn't even playable like that. So somebody stuck this on there. There's definitely been some work done on this guitar in the past. And it wasn't by a complete schmo, but it was probably by somebody about like me, maybe a little worse. So I threw this one in, and I mean, I don't have it on tight. Like I said, the string's up tight or anything like that. It has some really nice old Kluson tuners on it. And it's missing the binding in the back, but not the front. The front's in good shape, but the back here. And I'm going to have to go around because you can tell that somebody just blobbed some glue, probably when it was falling off. And so there's traces of glue every place, and there's places where the back is, you know, higher than the side where the binding would rest here. Pardon my voice, I'm really hoarse today. And unfortunately, they did this up top here. They tried to put the back on where it was delaminating, and I'm sure they just like shoved glue down here and, you know, just kind of let it sit so, you know, it won't compress now. So I'm going to try a method. It will right there. I'm going to try a method with a little tiny saw, and I'll show you that later, to try to clear this channel out, so that I can get it to collapse like that and glue it up. I can't get that brad out of there to save my life. I don't know why, but I can't. But you can see, you know, the problem with the glue, etc., what they've done. So I'm going to have to go around with a chisel, but that's much later. I mean, I want to get it so that it works first. And, you know, something, it's almost there. So, let me take off the strings and we'll take off the neck, although I kind of don't want to right now. I'm just letting it sit and kind of, you know, the more you look at something, the more you think about it, and so you don't make a stupid move or something like that. I've seen people do a neck reset like this. I mean, it's definitely not the best way, but it is a way to make it playable again. And damn it, this thing is going to play. And I think it's cool as hell.